Living alone never used to bother me. In fact, I needed it. After years of chaos and noise, the quiet felt like peace. The little house I rented on Hawthorne Lane was not perfect, but it was mine. I could hear my thoughts again, but after a few weeks, the silence did not feel peaceful anymore. It felt watched. At first, I thought I was just adjusting. Old pipes, creaky floors, maybe the loneliness playing tricks. But something in the air always felt just a little off, like the house was waiting for something or someone. I would catch myself looking over my shoulder more, avoiding mirrors at night, double-checking the locks even though I knew I had locked them. I told myself it was nothing. I was tired, overthinking. But then my body started changing. It began subtly. My jeans got looser, my wrists looked thinner. At first, I was even a little happy about it. Who wouldn't be? But it did not stop. I was eating normally, more even, but the weight kept falling off. Every morning, the number dropped. A few pounds here, a few more the next day. I felt drained. Not just thinner, but less. I went to doctors, got tests, scans, blood work. Every single one said the same thing. I was fine, perfectly healthy. Only I was not. I looked in the mirror and barely recognized my face. It was not just weight, it was years. My skin looked older, my eyes more sunken, my hair duller. I was fading in a way no one could explain. Then one night, I passed out. No warning, just a sudden dizziness, and then darkness. When I came to, I was lying on the floor, cold and sore. The lights were off. My limbs felt too light, my chest too empty, and I was not alone. There was something in the corner of the room, not a shadow, him. I could see him clearly, standing tall and still, like he had always belonged there. He was not some monster from a movie. He looked human, just wrong somehow, like someone stretched too thin over too many years. His skin looked dry and tight, his eyes deep and dark and tired, but not weak. He knelt beside me, close enough to touch, and when he spoke, his voice was not angry. It was calm, quiet, almost kind. You lived your time, now I take mine. I did not of it make sense, because there is no medical answer. But I know the truth. He still visits. When the nurses leave and the room gets dark, I feel him watching me from the corner, growing taller, healthier. I used to be scared. Now I am just tired. And I wonder who he will go to next, whose life he will live using pieces of someone else's. Because the worst part is not that he is stealing years, it is that he is so patient. And he is still hungry. No one tells you how quietly you can disappear. One morning I looked in the mirror and could not find myself anymore. My face was unfamiliar, hollow, pale, like something left too long in the dark. And still, the doctor said I was fine, stable. It made me laugh, quietly. The kind of laugh that ends in a breath you do not remember taking. But he knew. He was always watching. He did not come with screams or claws. He did not drag me into the dark. He sat beside me, night after night, like an old friend, like grief, and every time I could feel a little more of me leaving with him. One night I asked him, desperate, "Why are you doing this to me?" He blinked, slow, tilted his head like a dog hearing a sound you cannot. Then he said it, soft as a secret. "Because you're easy to forget." That broke me more than anything, not because it was cruel, because it was true. No one had noticed. No one had called. I was fading, and the world just moved on. So I went home. Not because I wanted to fight him. I just did not want to vanish in a hospital bed under fluorescent lights with no one watching. I wanted to be somewhere I still remembered myself. I sat in the kitchen, lit only by the hallway lamp, and wrote it all down. Every memory, every moment I had felt him pull something out of me. I wrote until my hands cramped, and even then, I kept writing. It was the only thing I had left that felt mine. And that night, when he came again, the air around me already colder, I did not hide. I looked at him. He stood taller now, younger. He looked almost human again. He was wearing me, and I understood something awful. He did not just feed on time.
Stories are not for feeding, they are for haunting.
So, if you ever feel something watching you in the quiet, when the weight falls off too fast, when your reflection seems thinner than your memory, listen closely, because he does not knock, he waits, smiling, patient. And if he ever comes for you, do not run. Remember me.